So it's the RapNerd, and I'm here today to review the latest entry in the Predator franchise, Predator Wick. Prey. I am a huge Predator fan. I feel like if you're in the community of horror or action, sci-fi, whatever, you're either an alien guy or gal, or a Predator guy or gal, you know what I'm saying? And some people like both of them equally or whatever, but I'm definitely way more of a Predator guy. So when they announced another sequel, or in this case a prequel, I was super excited, you know what I mean? Like super duper excited because I love the franchise in general. Yes, there are some hit and misses in here, I'm aware, but generally, I find the whole franchise entertaining. Every movie is entertaining to me, even though some are better than others, but we're not here to talk about the franchise, we're here to talk about Prey, or like I called it earlier, Predator Wick. Now, this movie is fantastic. Prior to going into it, I saw mad people praising it, saying it's the best one of all, that trumps the first one, and it's the best movie in the franchise. And based off of what I saw the other day when I watched it, I can definitely see where they're coming from. I don't quite have it as the best, but it's definitely number 2 for me. And I'll make a video later on getting into what my favorite movies are, or the ranking of the franchise. But yeah, this movie is fantastic, period. From start to finish, I love that it's led by people of color, Native Americans. I believe so. If I looked correctly, everybody in the film who's portraying Native American is Native American, which is dope. And it just adds to what I've always wanted to see when it comes to genre films. Just have people of color leading the movie, and it doesn't have to be heavy-handed in some type of way where it has to do with oppression or whatever, because they tend to do that a lot. But with this movie, it captures the cultural things of the Native Americans, but it doesn't, and I'm not saying Native American, I say indigenous people. I think I prefer that term. But the people of the land, you're there with their culture, but it's not heavy-handed and shoehorned in your face as a thing to be like, oh, look, diversity. It's just is what it is. It took place during this time, and it has to do with their community. So I really, really love that aspect. I like that the lead actress, she is strong as a character, and they didn't dumb her down by making everybody else stupid. I think all the people who surround her, especially her brother, is definitely depicted as being an equal in strength, and he never once gets cut at the knees to uplift her to make her look stronger. It's just straight up everybody in here is on some warrior shit. So if you don't know about Prey, this is prior to the first Predator, when the Predators first came to Earth, and they land in, I think I forgot where exactly it said. It says it in the movie, but it's blown my mind. But it lands on land where these natives are already there, and they're, they hunt, they're hunters, point blank period. That's the whole thing about Predators. So that's what made it so dope, is you see them hunt other things. And as with everywhere during this time, it takes back like in 17 something. There are other people out there hunting too. So there are moments when you see things that got, hunted and killed. You don't know if it's actually people or if it's the predators, and it plays with the concept of that, like how people and the predator aren't really that far different when it comes to animals. You know what I'm saying? So I love how they brought that full circle, and it's shot beautifully. Beautiful film. Like, I'm honestly, the only gripe I have with this movie is that we didn't get to see it in theaters, because every Predator film has released in theaters, and it's like this one would have been amazing to see on the big screen just because of how it was shot. And so that's enough. I guess that's enough of the plot. But what I really enjoy about this movie is when it comes to Predator action, this is the best one, period. Like, from the Predator himself and from the lead actress. I forgot the character's name, but she kills it, man. There's like a one-take sequence with her when she's just mowing down some people who try to capture her, and it is so dope. I was in there like, like how I would any other action movie. Like, they captured that so well. She does this thing with this axe. I mean, you know what it felt like to me? It felt like the one good part of the new Mortal Kombat movie when Scorpion was taking down all of those dudes that came to his house to try and kill him and his wife and children. How he's just mowing through them. I mean, it felt just like that, but it was one take, so it makes it even better. Camera movement was fantastic. Now let's move to the Predator, because the Predator, like I said, Predator Wick, dog. Predator Wick. In every other movie, the Predator kind of just, he's beating people up, but he's more of just a or it. I don't know, what they are, but it's more of just a like powerhouse type running through people, like picking them up, pulling their spines out, knocking their heads off, blowing them away. It's like it's not nothing really stylistic about their action, but in this one, man, Predator grabbing an axe, flipped it, grabbed it, smashed it into the dude's head, and just like literally wiping them out, like on some John Wick shit. Like it was super surprising for me to see that. Like the violence, the gore, but the way it was just handled and filmed just made it like, whoa, like this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to spoil and say anything that happened, but there's this one part, man. He's on the battlefield. I'm talking about the Predator now. Like the Predator was dope. Does this and a shield forms, and the people he's facing is just like, oh shit. And you'll know the scene I'm talking about because it's just one long scene of him just running through people, and it is so brilliantly done, and I can't ask for it enough. But love that. I love how the Predator looked, how he was handled. His mask was dope. I love the little Easter eggs that they called back to in the first and second movie. That if you're a fan of the series, you'll see that and be like, and even at the end when the lead actress finds something, Predator definitely gets some kills in here for sure. There are some people who get slain in the worst way imaginable. I really like how the Predator and the lead actress, they kind of are in the same role. It's like she's the first person that noticed this thing, and nobody else really knows. And she kind of learns and picks up on things the same way she does with animals. And I love how they draw those parallels. How at the beginning of the film, you see her doing the same thing she's doing to the Predator. So it's not like once you get to the third act, it's out of nowhere. Like you've seen this whole time. You've seen her skills on display. You've seen how she's able to look and observe and learn as she goes, because this is this is how they live, this is how they have to eat. So everything just literally comes together, and it's just so dope, and I loved it, man. Boy, this is a great film, man. Like one of my favorites of the year thus far. I really hope they do put out a physical, because I would love to have this along with the other Predator movies. I own all of them. I just bought the 4-disc collection because they didn't include AVP, but I just need this movie in my collection. This is what I'm going to be revisit a lot. It's such a fantastic film. It does a great job of blending the action and horror genre so perfectly as its predecessors, and I mean, and the way it ended, man. If they want to give us more of these movies, like of the Predators first landing in other places, bring them on. I'll watch every single one of them. I don't care where it is, whether it be in England, whether it be in Africa, even if it's somewhere in Asia. Just bring them on. I'll take any Predator content. I love these films. So if you've seen Prey, let me know in the comments what you thought about it, and if you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, peace. RapNerd Productions, no capping, that's word to mommy.